Did you know that some of the world's most ambitious projects have turned into colossal failures? Imagine investing billions, years of effort, and high hopes, only to witness these grand visions crumble. Today, we're diving into the top failed megaprojects that not only shocked the world, but also left a lasting impact. Ever wondered what went wrong? Stick around as we unravel the mysteries behind these monumental failures. The Channel Tunnel. Picture this, a colossal underwater railway longer than the height of Mount Everest, connecting England and France beneath the English Channel. Hard to believe? Welcome to the marvel of engineering that is the Channel Tunnel, the Eurotunnel, or the Channel. Now, let's unravel the incredible story behind this 50-kilometer-long feat. Before we dive into the details, here's a fascinating fact. Did you know that the Channel Tunnel was not only a remarkable engineering endeavor, but also a project with international significance? The idea of a tunnel under the English Channel has been tossed around since 1802, but it took over 2 centuries of political wrangling, technological innovations, and financial hurdles before it became a reality. The construction of the Channel Tunnel was one of the most complex and expensive engineering projects ever undertaken. It involved digging 3 tunnels, 2 for rail traffic, and 1 for services and security. The tunnels were dug from both sides of the Strait of Dover, using massive tunnel boring machines, or TBMs. The TBMs had to cope with difficult geological conditions, such as water inflows, chalk marl, and fault zones. The project also required building new terminals, railways, and ventilation systems on both sides of the channel. But it wasn't a smooth journey. From environmental worries to technical problems and money troubles, the Channel Tunnel faced it all. Even after it opened, there were breakdowns, fires, and ongoing discussions about how it should be used. The tunnel also had to compete with other modes of transport, such as ferries, airlines, and bridges. The tunnel was not as profitable as expected, and Eurotunnel struggled to repay its debts and avoid bankruptcy. The tunnel also attracted thousands of migrants who tried to sneak into Britain, causing humanitarian and political crises. Making this incredible tunnel cost a whopping £9 billion and took 6 years. However, despite the struggles, this tunnel's a big deal. It's the longest underwater tunnel, letting trains, cars, and goods move between countries in just 35 minutes. Since it started, it's been super busy, helping millions travel and reducing pollution, while boosting trade and friendships between countries. The Channel Tunnel is not just a physical passage, it's a symbol of human resilience. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. Ever heard of the costliest natural disaster ever? Well, that title goes to Fukushima Daiichi. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant was located on the Pacific coast of Japan and had 6 reactors that provided electricity for the Tokyo area. The plant was built by TEPCO and General Electric and was supposed to operate for 40 years. But on March 11, 2011, everything changed. A massive earthquake and a powerful tsunami hit Japan and damaged the power grid and the backup generators at the plant, causing the reactors to lose cooling and overheat. The earthquake also shifted the Earth's axis and shortened the day, and the tsunami swept away towns, cars, and even a dock that landed in the US. The plant staff tried to cool and stabilize the reactors, but faced many dangers, such as explosions, fires, and high radiation. The authorities evacuated 160,000 people from a 20-kilometer zone around the plant. The accident was rated 7, the highest level on the International Nuclear Event Scale. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster had huge costs for Japan and the world. The disaster caused an estimated $360 billion in economic losses, making it the most expensive natural disaster in history. That's more money than what some whole countries make in a year, like Denmark or Singapore. It also raised doubts about the safety and future of nuclear power and affected the health and environment of people and wildlife. You might wonder why Japan built a nuclear plant in an earthquake-prone area. Well, that's a good question, and the answer is not very satisfying. The truth is, Japan is one of the most energy-hungry countries in the world, and it has very few natural resources of its own. So it decided to rely on nuclear power, which is cheap, clean, and efficient until it's not. And did it ever prove otherwise in 2011? The Millennium Dome. Did you know that the Millennium Dome, or the O2, in London, is the largest dome in the world. It's so big, it could fit the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, or the Great Pyramid of Giza inside. But this impressive structure was not always a success. The Millennium Dome was a huge dome-shaped building on the Greenwich Peninsula, built to celebrate the start of the 21st century. It cost £789 million and was the largest dome in the world. On December 31, 1999, the dome opened its doors with ambitious expectations of drawing 12 million visitors in 2000. However, reality struck hard. Visitors found the exhibits lackluster, confusing, and poorly executed. Add to that its remote location, high ticket prices, and vague marketing. It quickly became a recipe for disappointment. With only 6.5 million visitors, the Millennium Dome became a symbol of waste and failure. Critics labeled it a financial disaster and a government blunder. It seemed that the colossal investment had little to show, and the dome closed its doors on December 31, 2000. Years passed, and the once empty dome found new life when the private company AEG took the helm in 2005. Armed with innovation and a £600 million investment, AEG transformed the failed project into the O2, a multi-purpose entertainment venue. This was no ordinary makeover. It included an arena, a cinema, a bowling alley, a trampoline park, a shopping outlet, and even a climbing attraction. On June 24, 2007, the O2 reopened its doors with a bang, a concert by Bon Jovi. Since then, it has become one of the most popular and successful venues globally, hosting concerts, sports events, comedy shows, and exhibitions. Stars like Beyoncé, Adele, Madonna, U2, Coldplay, and many more have graced its stage. The story of the Millennium Dome's transformation into the O2 is a testament to the power of smart ideas, substantial investment, and effective management. It turned a failed project into a thriving entertainment hub, showcasing how innovation can reshape the destiny of colossal structures. As we wrap up this chapter, the O2 stands as a shining example of resilience and reinvention. Join us in the next segment as we uncover more tales of megaprojects that faced adversity and emerged transformed. The high-speed rail link. How long do you think it takes to travel from London to Manchester by train? The answer is 3 hours. That's right, it takes 3 hours to cover a distance of about 200 miles. Which is not very fast, is it? Well, that's why the UK government decided to build a new high-speed rail line called High Speed 2, or HS2, that would cut the travel time to just 1 hour. Sounds great, right? Well, not everyone is on board with the high-speed hype. HS2 is one of the most ambitious and expensive transport projects in British history, costing £106 billion and linking London to major cities in the North and the Midlands. Some people think it'll boost the economy, cut pollution, and create jobs, but there's a lot of disagreement. The big question looms. Does the hefty £106 billion investment outweigh the potential drawbacks? Some fear that HS2 could harm the environment and exacerbate existing economic disparities. The debate extends to whether this megaproject is the right solution for the UK's travel woes, or if there are more effective, less expensive alternatives. Now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think about HS2? Is the risk worth the reward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're curious to hear your perspective on this high-stakes, high-speed endeavor.